look a little green. You sure you got the stomach for this?
Sure. What do you want me to do?
Our subway slasher knows how to take care of himself. So what do you got here? You got your karate schools, kung fu instructors, self-defense classes. Be the first deb on your block to collect the whole set. Now, you know the profile we're looking for. Recent crime victim, maybe someone who's lost a family. Flag anything subway related. Oh, you have heard of the subways, right?
You can come out, Isaac. I know you're there.
Can't fool you anymore.
I had a good teacher. Hi.
So, you come for the refresher course, or is this a social call?
Neither, I'm afraid. I need to ask you some questions.
Anything makes you sound that serious, gotta be pretty heavy. We talking baseball, money, or love you?
We're talking the subway slasher.
So who am I talking to here? Friend or DA?
Me?
Wrong answer.
He's killing people, Isaac.
That's so. I notice you don't say innocent people.
Innocence or guilt is for the courts to decide. If you know something...
I don't know nothing. And if I did, I wouldn't tell no DA.
Whose side are you on?
You give me 10 minutes to shower and change, I'll show you. Here it is.
The protectors?
The nuts in the white hats who ride around on the subways looking for trouble, right? Right. Come on. Look around. And these people ain't crazed vigilantes in training, Kathy. Just ordinary people trying to take care of each other. And you wanted to know whose side I was on? I'm on their side.
Is that responsible? A woman that age could get hurt trying to resist a mugger.
She didn't resist last time. She couldn't get her wedding ring off her finger. The mugger figured he'd make it easy for her by cutting off the finger. One of our people stopped him.
This is the man who put this whole place together. Kathy Chandler, Jason Walker.
Jace, please.
I've seen you on TV.
None of it's true, I swear. Stubbs, how does someone as ugly as you happen to know so many beautiful women?
Kathy was one of my students.
You mean you actually paid this man money?
She's with the DA now.
Oh. Are we in trouble again?
I don't know. Have you done anything?
Not as much as we'd like to.
If the transit cop rescued that lady, he'd get a commendation. This guy is minus a badge, so that makes him a psychopathic monster.
No. Ripping two teenagers to pieces makes him a psychopathic monster. A traffic cop would have arrested him.
Right. And seeing as how they were juveniles, they would have had to serve a little soft time when they would have been back on the subway, kicking another old lady to death. Great system you got there, Miss DA.
It's not perfect.
Tell me about it. This is where they come, Kathy. The old people who have steel bars on their windows and still can't sleep at night. The woman who can't understand why the boy who killed her son walked free. The rape victims who scream when their husbands touch them. This is where they come when the plea bargaining is over. Believe me, they know the system isn't perfect.
I don't know a better one. Do you? Of course you can find failures to point at, but most of the time the system works. It's all we've got.
We have ourselves, our courage, our strength, our compassion. We have each other. And now we've got him, whoever the hell he is.
Gave me a lot to think about.
That was the whole point.
Isaac, if you even suspected that this vigilante was someone you knew, a friend, what would you do?
Talk to him. Ask him. Go to where the man lives. I'd look him dead in the eye. First, I'd be real sure about one thing. I'd be real sure I wanted to know.
You came. You have no idea how much I needed to see you. Vincent? What's wrong?
You look sadder than my last date. Anything I can do?
I need to see the file on a Mrs. Beatrice Dalby.
That's the cleaning lady saved by the slasher, right?
Right?
I didn't know you were supposed to question her.
I'm not.
Then why?
Let's just say I have a very dirty apartment. Mrs. Dalby? I'm Catherine Chandler with the district attorney's office.
When are you people gonna leave me alone? I got work to do. I've already told the police everything I know.
This won't take long, I promise. You say you never got a good look at the slasher.
Don't call him that. That man saved me. And all you people want to do is hunt him down like some animal. Where were you people when those boys were kicking on me? I didn't see him. I told you people that. I told you and I told you. The lights were going on and off. What kind of a subway is that? We can't even keep the lights on.
Oh, surely when the lights came on, you saw something, if only for a second.
I was on the floor, hurting. I still have bruises where those boys kicked me. I didn't see no part of that man.
You're protecting him, aren't you? Mrs. Dolby, I'm not even supposed to be here. This is personal for me. I have a friend. I think. I don't know what to think. I'm afraid that he was involved. If you could tell me what you saw, anything. His face, his hands.
His face. His hands. He didn't have hands, just claws. And his face. I'll never forget that face. He wasn't a man. He wasn't a human man at all. He was like an angel. A terrible angel. Come to save me.
A terrible angel. Thank you.
You won't tell them, will you?
No.
I got to ride that same train tonight, Miss Chandler.
It's a good thing we found you, Catherine.
I thought I'd remember. I must have gotten turned around somehow. Everything seems so different. Strange.
The ways change, Catherine. For every safe road, there are 100 paths that lead only to darkness.
I had to come. I had to see you. I was afraid.
I know.
You didn't come. I called. I banged on the pipes. You never came.
I could feel your fear, Catherine. Even now, I frighten you.
You taught me to face my fears always, Vincent. Tell me.
What should I tell you? That I am not this shadow, this man-monster that you hunt? Must you hear the words before you trust? Hear them, then. It is not me. Catherine, I would never hurt you.
No, Vincent, no. Sorry, I didn't mean
To pull away, I know. I know your heart, Catherine. But sometimes the words that are not spoken are the truest words of all. However much they hurt.
What are you saying?
We both know what these hands can do, have done. Catherine, if your heart does not trust, then no words I speak could help. It's time for you to go home.
Vincent? Are you all right? I've heard the children talk of this place.
It was our secret place when I was a child. I used to come down here with my friends. We thought it was magic.
Magic?
All the tunnels. If you stand in just the right place, you can hear sounds, whispers from the world above. People on the subway, children playing in their homes, lovers walking in the park. Sounds of 1,000 different lives, if you know just where to stand. The magic places, we call them.
It's Catherine, isn't it?
I can hear her fears whispering to me no matter where I stand.
She cannot help being afraid, Vincent. Her world is built on fear. It's all they know. For the lives they're forced to lead, if they weren't afraid, they'd be insane.
And us?
We have something they only dream of. A safe place. A secret place. Beyond their madness and their fear.
Sometimes I would run down here when we played hide and seek. But before the game was over, Father, they always found me. Even here.
Have you done anything?
Not as much as we'd like to. 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 Well, I hadn't expected to see you again so soon. You come to sign up?
I'd look really silly in one of those white hats.
I disagree. Besides, the guys in the white hats always win.
Do they?
Well, at least in fairy tales. You know, the city has its own myths. You know, we're all so rational, so sophisticated and cynical, but we still need our gods and demons, our heroes and villains. I knew a man used to work the IRT. He swore he saw a monster down there once when he was troubleshooting some track. You hear the street people talk about it too. Some terrible, fierce creature who haunts the dark places. Some thing with the face of a demon and the soul of an angel.
You can't possibly believe that, can you?
They believe it, don't you see? Because they need to believe. I mean, inside, we're all children, scared of the dark, wishing there really was a Batman.
But Batman was never half as formidable as you, was he?
I can take care of myself. But I tell you, all the fighting techniques in the world don't equal what I learned from Isaac Stubbs in one afternoon. You remember his first rule?
On the street, there are no rules.
That's the problem with doing things your way. You believe in rules. The predators don't.
So we throw away the rules? Then what's the difference? The color of our hats.
I don't have to tell you the difference. You know it already, or you wouldn't be here. Isaac tells me you were a star pupil.
Isaac exaggerates. I still have a lot to learn. His weapons, for instance. Can you really use all of them?
Some. I wouldn't touch that sword. The samurai kept their blades razor sharp.
Does that make you a samurai, Jace? And what are these?
Those are throwing stars. I can see you don't make it to many ninja movies.
We should move on Jason Walker.
This is the same Jason Walker who heads the Protectors, right? Heavily into karate, aikido, jujitsu, ninjutsu. Has been sued maybe a half a dozen times by perps he's brought in on citizens' arrests. Collects secret ninja death toys. Pops up on TV and says how the subway slasher is a hero and not a nutcase. And isn't it too bad we don't have a dozen guys just like him? We talking about the same Jason Walker here?
I have a sinking feeling you're ahead of me.
Don't be fooled by the gravy stains on their ties, Radcliffe. Cops aren't as dumb as they look.
Well, he has the right skills, the right attitude.
Yeah, well, there's only one problem with that. He's also got an alibi.
Well, then someone's covering for him.
Who, the cops? Jason Walker has been under 24-hour police surveillance since this investigation began.
I'm not wrong about this, Joe.
Hey, baby, that's a real nice dress.
Stop bothering me.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
Come on, baby, don't be so mean to me. Oh, give me a kiss, sweetie. Come on.
Don't touch me. Let me go. No!
You hurt me.
Please, please let me go. Please.
You let her be. You keep out of this, Grandpa, if you know what's good for you. There's a police officer on this train.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm scared. Okay, baby, let's have some fun.
No! No,
Come
please
on.
don't leave me. Help me. Please don't leave me.
Don't be afraid. I'm going to get the police officer. I'm going to get him.
No, don't leave me. Please help me. Stop. Give me a kiss.
All right, hold her right there.
Lana saw him.
Go and find Vincent. I'll get Lana to show him where. Now, quickly, there's no time to lose.
As the city awaits the next attack of the subway slasher, many New Yorkers are hailing him as a hero, the savior of the subways. According to the young woman who was rescued by him last night, the mysterious beast-like creature with claws, wearing a black cloak, appeared out of nowhere, slashed her assailant to death, critically wounding a transit policeman, then escaped out the window of the moving train. In a joint news conference, Police Chief Reardon and District Attorney Moreno confirmed they are following several leads, but declined to comment further. And now, more news from the Metro City.
I thought I might never see you again.
You have enough fear in your world. I could never bring you more.
Vincent, forgive me for doubting you.
Catherine, you're right to be afraid.
My heart knows how gentle you are.
Even the gentlest man has a demon locked inside of him.
Not you. Not a demon.
We've seen your vigilante. He has a secret door from your subways to the older tunnels. The secret tunnels.
Vincent, if you can show me, I'll go to the police. They'll stake it out.
Catherine, there are 1,000 miles of tunnels beneath this city, all of them connected. If the police find his door, they'll search through all of them.
Then we'll do it another way. From above, not below. I promise you, Vincent, I won't betray your world.
They hunt for this man as they might hunt for me if they dreamed of my existence. You have your laws and your courts to tell right from wrong, your police to protect you. We have only ourselves. By what right do I condemn him? Am I so very different?
Yes, Vincent. You are.
Bring me a map.
Why is it whenever you're paying for lunch, I wind up here?
If you found out about their building, we'll have lunch at Four Seasons.
That's all right. The pleasure of your company and a microwave cheeseburger is more than enough. Push-button food, push-button jobs. Soon as they come out with push-button men, I'm set, babe. Your place was built in 1887. I can tell you right now, if the city has plans on it, it ain't in nobody's computer.
Could you find out anything about its history?
It was a seedy rooming house for 50 years before the protectors turned it into Kung Fu Central. Originally, it was a cheap hotel for sailors. Seaman's Safe Haven. I found mentions in a couple of old newspaper indexes, just the name. Even still, the stories aren't on computer yet. Don't look at me, girlfriend. I don't go looking through those musty old files. You know dust makes my eyes water.
Edie, I love you.
Hey, who's gonna pay for my dessert?
through secret tunnels.
DA's office on 64th.
Don't even think about it, Miss Chandler. I know you're good, but you don't want to go up against the two of us.
Just take it easy and nobody will get hurt. Jace just wants to talk.
You didn't have to go to all this trouble, really.
You don't scare easy, do you? Please, sit down. Don't make this difficult, Kathy. There's no need for melodrama. I'm not gonna hurt you. The Sailor murders. I'm innocent, I swear. My granddaddy was a sharecropper in Alabama when all this went down.
Did you know when you bought the building?
No, we had been doing renovations in the basement, and we stumbled on the tunnels. They'd been sealed up for almost a century. At the time, we had no idea why they were there. You know, it's like a regular maze down there, you know, side tunnels and dead ends. It's so old you can't imagine.
Can I?
The story, the demon protector, the angel from below. The city needed him. Frightened people need symbols to make them feel safe. So many people hurting, frightened more every day, day after day, year after year. I began to doubt, to question whether one man could make a difference. But no longer.
You call that making a difference? Killing a few muggers?
The deaths weren't important. The legend was. It's time for them to be afraid now.
What about the policeman? He's still in critical condition.
Legends never make mistakes. They never miss or stumble or strike out in panic. And they never hurt those who don't deserve.
doesn't, he'll destroy himself and all the good he's done. He'll betray the trust of the people who believe in him. Good people like Isaac. This has gone too far. You've got to help me reason with him. Jace. Jace.
Tell me.
No. Jace. You promised no one would get hurt.
Jace would never have hurt you.
Don't be stupid. Tell him.
So you never found a body?
Children say that abyss goes down forever. Too deep and dangerous for us to plumb. He's dead, Catherine. And his shadow is lifted from your heart.
Killings will stop. But they'll never know. Never know if he's dead or gone or just waiting down there until he's needed again. Like King Arthur. I think Jace would like that. How can one man have so much courage and empathy and passion had so little mercy.
Perhaps he lost it somewhere. But he found it again. In the end.
Trick or treat! Trick or treat! Trick or treat! Trick or treat!
Don't you all look just great? Happy Halloween.
Thank you! Thank you!
You're welcome. Dad, hi.
Am I early? Are you late, or is that your costume?
Oh, I'm late. I'm sorry, Dad. I lost track of time at the office.
Well, you never used to lose track of time when you worked for me.
Oh, sure I did, every morning. If you could just hold the trick-or-treaters at bay, I'm sure I can get dressed in time to arrive fashionably late.
Likely story. I figure about an hour and a half.
Oh, that was the old Kathy. I'll be ready in 15 minutes.
And from that day forward, John always kept a light burning in his window by night, so that Deirdre might find her way back to him. And in the deepest part of winter, when the snows lay thick against the walls of his cottage, and the cold wind came shrieking from the north, John would take down his bow, and he would walk through the forest calling her name until his voice was hoarse, and the tears froze hard upon his face. But she never answered. And until his dying day, John never saw her again.
Yeah. Great story. That was a good one. Tell us another one, Father. The one about the Headless Horseman. Yeah, tell us that one.
You've had enough ghosts for one night. Now, go on. Mary wants some help to carve up more jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh,
Off you go.
That's a great idea.
Every year they ask for the same stories. By now they must know them better than you do.
Well, you know, old stories are rather like old friends. Every so often you have to drop in on them again, just to see how they're doing. And anyway, I can remember a certain young boy who would never let a mere jack-o'-lantern deny him a visit to Ichabod Crane. You're still determined to go, are you? Or should we consider?
Father, surely on this night of all nights, I can walk among them in safety.
Safety? Vincent, there is no safety up there. For you or anyone else.
Yeah. Sometimes we must leave our safe places, Father, and walk empty-handed among our enemies.
Those are Bridget O'Donnell's words.
Those are true words. Words that have opened doors for me. Let some light in on the dark places. You know what she's meant to me.
I do. And I also know there's a danger of confusing the magic with the magician. Sometimes the person is smaller than the work, weaker, more frightened, more human. And I don't want to see you hurt, disappointed.
She will not disappoint me. Our lives are very different, and yet I'm sure we'll understand each other. I will not lose this opportunity. I must see her, talk to her.
Well, go on then if you're set on it. Obviously, there's nothing I can do to stop you. Vincent. Be careful.
Don't worry.
Oh, well, hardly 15 minutes, but well worth waiting for.
Isn't it wonderful?
Oh, you don't know how happy I am that you let me talk you into this. Since you left the firm, I hardly ever get to see you.
Well, they keep me pretty busy, but I've missed you too.
Now, don't be shy about leaving me to fend for myself. I'm not so old that I don't remember how romantic these affairs can be. A lot of your old friends are going to be there tonight.
Well, I'm going to this party to be with you.
You're going to this party to meet Bridget O'Donnell, just like everybody else.
That too.
Have I told you how beautiful you look? Sometimes you remind me so much of your mother.
I miss her too.
Someday you'll find someone you can love as much as I loved your mother. We were two of the lucky ones. I have my memories, and I have you.
You sure do.
Sorry, I'm closed.
Now listen, I must have a costume. And if it's money you want, I've got it.
Come on. You come back, you can have your pick. Jesse James, Darth Vader, King Arthur, whatever you want. But closing time on Halloween night? All right. All right, I'll see what there is in the back. You don't mind maybe a little frayed, a button missing?
It doesn't matter, just hurry up.
Here, maybe this'll fit.
Now, what the hell's this? Are you having a bit of fun with me or something, Desi game? Now get that damn little rag out of my sight and find something decent.
Here. Here. It's too big? Well, there's nothing else. If that doesn't suit you, then take your business elsewhere.
This'll do rightly.
The changing booth is there.
Champagne, man?
Sure.
Sir?
Charles, is that you? Hi. Surely not Kathy.
Hi, Mr. Brennan. Kathy! Marie? You look wonderful. You do too. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Kath. Did you meet Bridget yet?
No, I just arrived.
She's a remarkable woman.
Jeff's taken a tremendous interest in her cause. I can imagine.
Did you hear? She sold that book, 300 Days, to Hollywood.
It's Romeo and Juliet with Irish accents.
Oh, come on now. That's a terrific story.
Kathy, I was going to introduce your father to Bridget. Care to come along?
I'd love to.
It's a great party.
Hold up there. Let's have a look here.
I'm terribly sorry, Charles. Mr. Kavanaugh here is one of Bridget's bodyguards.
No offense, sir, but there have been threats. Orangemen, crappies.
Crappies, did he say? I'm afraid I don't understand.
No reason you should.
It's from an old war, an Irish Catholic uprising against the British and their Protestant allies. The rebels had short cropped hair, you see.
That was what, 200 years ago? It's a long time to remember a haircut.
We Irish have long memories. My father taught me all the songs about the brave, croppy boys when I was still in the cradle.
I stand instructed. I'm afraid history was never my subject. Most of what I did learn, I managed to forget.
Forgetting is a trick Ulster could stand to learn.
Charles, there's Samantha. She'll never forgive me if I don't take you over to say hello.
Duty beckons.
I like your mask. I wrote a story about an owl woman once, just a little fable for children.
Oh, children of all ages. I read it just last year, and I loved it.
Did you now? Well, it's not easy to find, that one.
It was given to me by a friend, a very special friend. You have a real gift. I only wish you wrote more children's stories.
I wish I could, but there are darker things than ghosts in Ireland now. And you can't hear the fairy music for the gunfire.
I love the work. For the first time in my life, I feel
Catherine, what's wrong?
nothing. I just thought I saw someone I knew. Would you excuse me?
Vincent.
Caviar, sir?
Caviar?
It's beluga, sir.
From Russia.
What is it, Bridget? Is it trouble?
Oh, no, Thomas, it's all right. Go on with you now. A party. Not every man who's looking at me is wanting to lay me in my grave.
Bridget O'Donnell,
Herself.
I didn't mean to interrupt your dancing.
An act of mercy. Thomas is a good friend and a brave man, but a dancer he's not. Extraordinary. look as though you might have ridden with Cuchulainn, or sailed with Theseus.
Only in my dreams. And sometimes in books like yours. Your writing has helped me through dark times. You've touched me, made me think. I just want to tell you to thank you.
Come. Thank me outside.
Masks make life so interesting. Under all those feathers, you could be anyone. A childhood friend, an old lover. Come on now, help me out. Am I getting warm?
I'm afraid not.
Famous writer, then.
You're getting colder.
I tripped over my own sword again. The butler's the real pirate. I slipped him a 10 spot to tell me what the guest of honor was wearing.
Well, I don't think you'll be getting a refund. Bridget is also wearing an owl mask.
Consider it money well spent. I'm Donald Pratt.
Catherine Chandler.
Now, Catherine Chandler, shall I run up the Jolly Roger and steal you away for this dance?
Why not?
The night has a special magic to it, don't you think? This night especially.
Halloween.
In the old religion, they call it Samhain. It's the night when the walls between the worlds grew thin and spirits of the underworld walked the earth. A night of masks and balefires, when anything is possible and nothing is quite as it seems. Your city has its own magic as well. The lights, towers, listen to it. In Derry, the night has a darker music. Bombs. Gunfire. The screams of dying men.
Yet you always return.
Oh, I've thought of leaving, but Derry's my home. And whatever else I might be, I'm still a Bogside girl of me father's daughter and me husband Ian's widow.
When you wrote of Ian in 300 days, I almost felt as though I knew him. You made him live again with your words.
It's been 2 years since he got into that car, and not an hour has passed that I haven't spoken of him, written of him, thought of him.
I don't want to awaken painful memories.
No, it hurts. It hurts. But it's such a sweet pain. Ian and I were born 6 straits apart, and yet in different worlds. A stiff-necked orangeman and a croppy girl from Bogside we were. Daft enough to fall in love, but not so big a pair of fools that we thought he could live in my world or me in his. So we tried to create a new world that we could share together. Well, you know how that ended. It could have been me, you know. There are times when I wish it had been.
Your invitation, sir? Invitation? I have it here somewhere. Damn, you know, I think I must have lost it somewhere. But I did have one, I swear.
I'm afraid I can't admit you without an invitation, sir.
I just told you I was invited. Are you calling me a liar now?
Mr. Brennan's instructions were quite firm. Perhaps I should summon him.
No. I just remembered where I left it. The very place. I'll go and get it, and then I'll be back.
Very good, sir.
Let's go, ladies. Come on. Good evening. Cheers. Come on. All right. Thanks. You have
You ever know? I can't be that bad of a dancer.
I'm sorry. I'm just not very good company at the moment.
I'll be the judge of that. He's a lucky rogue. Whoever the hell you're looking for.
Don't I know you from somewhere? Having a good time tonight? Who could this be?
I'm sorry, Donald Pratt? This is my father, Charles Chandler.
Donald Pratt. Not the Donald Pratt of Bender Saxon Pratt, you're...
Actually, yes.
I never dreamed you were so young. Al Prasker, one of my partners, is still nursing his wounds over the licking you gave him over the Scott case. Oh, Catherine, be careful. This one, he's not as harmless as he seems. How do you two happen to know each other?
Well, actually, we don't, but I am trying to rectify that.
Father used to tell me of New York when I was just a little girl. He came here a dozen times. Never quite legally, of course. Raising money for the cause, collecting for the widows and the orphans. And the weapons, to make more of them. He always promised that one day he'd take me across the ocean with him. One day.
You never did.
My father cast me out. It was 3 years ago, my wedding day. He came to the church, called me a traitor, and an Orangeman's whore. Well, I've not seen him since. By rights, I ought to hate him.
You have no hate in you. Only grief.
Aye. How can you hate the man who taught you what love meant?
You cold.
Cold? No. Why, it's not but a brisk fall evening. But I'd borrow your cloak if you're willing to lend it.
My cloak?
Thomas and the others, they give their lives for me, and I love them for it. But sometimes I want nothing more than to just get away from them for a few hours.
They're only trying to keep you safe.
No, I'm sick unto death of safety. Oh, I look at this city and I want to touch it, to walk its streets, meet its people and listen to its music. I want to see all the things my father told me of, and I can't. Can you imagine how that feels?
Yes.
To hell with the risks. Sometimes we must leave our safe places, Vincent, and walk empty-handed among our enemies. Excuse me.
Hey, wait.
Wait!
Bridget O'Donnell, right?
Something very strange is going on. And I'm going to find out what. Could you hold that for me for just a minute? Look, Donald, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but this is very... Damn it!
Oh, no, whoa. There's no problem. We pirates, we can run stairs. Come on.
Have you seen a woman with red hair and a black cloak?
Oh, yeah, sure. Look her like that, I'd have to be dead not to notice. She met a guy in a cat mask.
Where did they go?
Off into the park, north, I think.
I have to go after them. Look, it's a personal thing. I appreciate your help, but there's no need for you to leave the party.
I'm not complaining, but I can't let you go off into the park all alone.
No, really.
Hasn't anybody ever warned you about things that go bump in the night?
Donald,
While we're talking, they're getting away.
I'm beholden to you, Vincent. You cannot know what this means to me. Or perhaps you can at that. Will you be telling me of her then?
Of who?
Your lady. The one who's breaking your heart. Ah, you didn't come to me just to say you like me books. Something about Ian and me struck close to home.
She brings me such joy and such pain as I have never known. I have no place in her world. She has none in mine. Our bond endages everything. People I love, secrets I'm sworn to keep, beliefs I've lived by.
Aye. That sounds like Ian and me, sure enough. They don't understand, do they? Father raged.
Yet you went on, despite everything.
Oh, yes. We went on until he died for it. Are you asking me for counsel, then? Forget you ever knew her, and you'll both be happier.
You wrote that the price of your love had been high, but that you would pay it willingly until the end of your days. That you would change nothing, regret nothing.
That's damned unfair of you, you know. Quoting my own words back at me again, after I gave you all that good advice. The brain tells you all the sensible things to do, but the heart knows nothing about sense. And the heart is as stubborn as the Irish. What is it?
Hell.
Is he?
He's out cold. Live. Just maybe a concussion. Well, Bridget O'Donnell, I presume. What happened to the other guy?
He had promises to keep, but I'm thinking he'd rather have stayed.
Bridget, what happened here? Are you all right?
I'm fine, but it's not for the want of this man trying.
What? Do you know him?
Him and his sort I've known all my life. Michael McFay is his name. He's one of the boys. A good IRA man.
As long as you're all right. I guess we better call the police.
No need. Actually, I think I can handle it from here, thank you.
You?
Yes. I'm afraid I haven't been quite honest with you, Kathy.
Interpol.
I thought your father was going to blow my cover for a while there back at the party. All that lawyer talk. My apologies, Mrs. O'Donnell. We received a tip that an attempt would be made on your life.
I was supposed to stay close by you, but unfortunately, I just got hooked up with the wrong owl.
Perfectly all right. All owls look alike by night.
Evidence. Have to be thorough. We'll drop you off back at the party. No reason why everyone's Halloween should be ruined.
Oh, no. I'll see it through. As long as the masks are coming off, I'm with the district attorney's office.
Are you? Well, this is a night for surprises. If you'll keep an eye on Sleeping Beauty here, I'll go bring my car around.
Father.
Lana told me you'd returned. Am I disturbing you?
No.
Well, did you find Bridget?
Yes. And so did a man with a gun. She's given so much and got only violence and grief and pain. How can they hate so?
Sometimes during my first few years in the tunnels, I would lie awake at night wondering if what I'd done was right. I was full of such anger. I wanted to avenge all the wrongs I'd suffered.
And yet you never went back up.
No. If I had, I think my anger would have consumed me.
Oh. Oh.
He's coming too.
Where? Oh. Oh, my head hurts something fierce.
You ought to be grateful it's still attached to your shoulders, Michael McFay.
Don't take that tone with me, woman. You know I wouldn't harm you. Damn it all, it was Sean himself who sent me.
And am I supposed to care? He made it quite clear he does not have a daughter.
He's dying, girl. There's not much time left to him. He wants to see you again. He sent me to you.
Aye, that he did. With a gun in your hand. My own flesh and blood. What did I ever do to make him hate me so?
You've got it all wrong, girl. It wasn't you I was after. It was that fella that was with you. Fella in the black hood and lion head.
What, Vincent? He was a friend.
A murdering orange man's what he was. We had the word, girl. It's Sean they're after. Now, they don't have a lot of love for you either. I was to keep you safe and bring you secretly to your father.
Wait a minute, we're supposed to be headed downtown. This is...
Best thing about crappies, they're as stupid as they are ugly.
What's wrong?
Catherine.
Don't do it, Donald. Put down the gun. Don't let this get out of hand.
Do you remember William Harlan?
A lying, murdering, orange bastard he was.
You and your lads. You didn't even have the courage to face him when you gunned him down. You waited until he was good and drunk, and you caught him leaving the pub.
That's no more than he'd done for better men than him.
All right, stop it, both of you. Donald, you don't need to do this. Turn him over to the police. He'll pay for his crime.
Aye, he'll pay for it, sure enough.
It's no use, Catherine. You can't talk sense to them. To any of them. It's like a sickness now. And there's not a drop of human decency left in the lot of them.
Shut up. I've had enough of your damned pious speeches. Empty your pockets.
Michael, do as he says.
My name is Jamie Harland. William was my brother. There were 3 of them that killed him. I got the first one a year ago. And Michael McVeigh here. You're the second. You might say you're sort of a bonus. But it was the other one I was hoping she'd lead me to.
Your brother is dead. You won't bring him back with murder.
I'm no murderer! This is an execution! For Ulster and Billy!
No! No!
Damn you to hell.
We're going for a ride. You, drive.
Where are you taking us?
To pay a visit to a gentleman of the name Sean O'Reilly, who I'm thinking might just be staying at a certain hotel. Ill, too. But maybe a visit from his loving daughter will cheer him up.
Michael?
Bridget. Very touching. Brings a tear to me eye, it does.
Who the hell might you be? Where's Michael?
Burning in hell, old man. But you'll be joining him soon.
Jamie, look at him. He's just an old man.
I'm still strong enough to spit on the likes of him. Go on, do your worst. I'm dying anyway.
You'll die soon enough. But not until you've seen your daughter die before you.
No. 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 It's me you want, not her. Show mercy.
I'll show her the same mercy you showed Billy.
Back off now. I may be dying, but at least I'll take one more murdering Orangeman with me before I go.
Father, no.
I'm sorry, girl, but it's got to be done. He's no better than his brother. Murdering scum was his sword. Killed your mother.
Yes. And it was your sword that killed Ian.
Get out of my way.
It has to stop.
Do what I tell you, girl. I'm your father.
Are you now? Well, that's news to me. Go on. If you're so bound and determined to kill him, what's one more body? Think what a fine hero I'll be once I'm dead. Go on! What are you waiting for? I'm nothing to you. Go on! Shoot!
Come on, Bridget, darling. We're leaving this party. I'll find you again, old man.
Bridget.
arrange for you to stay with your father at the hospital, if you like. Bridget, you know
That there are warrants out on the man and he must be arrested, yes. I've lived with that since I was 6 years old. We won't have much time together. Not even 300 days. But we must take what we're given. 300 days, a few months.
or a single night.
Well,
She'll be all right.
Good.
Don't leave. She told me that this is a special night. Samhain. When the walls...
When the walls between the worlds grow thin.
Thank you.